Season 2 of Godfather of Harlem premiered Saturday night on Epix, picking up where last season left Bumpy Johnson with a mark on his head. It is February 4th, 1964, and Bumpy Johnson is running away from Vincent Chin Gigante's men. It's been over 3 months they've been trying to kill him, but Bumpy keeps getting away. This time, Ernie was close in a hot chase through the streets of Harlem, going after Bumpy. Ernie's shotgun only got a scratch on Bumpy before he got their car crashed. Months of evading Vincent's men, moving from one hideout to another, Bumpy was on the streets that night to get Monsieur 98. The Frenchman is Jean Jahan's chemist and right-hand man, and Bumpy wants to meet with him. The Italians are expecting a large shipment from Jean Jahan, and this is Bumpy's ticket to get his freedom back. While talking to Mamie on the phone, he told her his plan for Jean Jahan, to sever the French connection. The Italians care about their products more than they care about seeing Bumpy dead. This is his ticket to get their lives back. Bumpy told his beautiful wife that he got them here and he would get them out. And we know Bumpy Johnson. He does not mess around with his words. Talk about the Godfather. More than anyone else in the 5 families, Vincent wants Bumpy gone. It was his job to kill Bumpy, but the constant failure from his men for the past 3 months had the racist frustrated. Ernie and his boys haven't been doing a good job if Bumpy is still alive. Chin angrily told them to look into Bumpy's food. He definitely has been eating for the past 3 months. The 90-day suspension of Malcolm X by the Holy Apostle is over, and Brother Minister came to the temple to get the mosque back. Captain Henry isn't about to make things easy for him to return to his position. Malcolm had been writing letters to the Holy Apostle, but the letters don't get to him, and we wonder why. Captain Henry told him the Holy Apostle had other issues. He is not his main priority, but Malcolm is ready to make himself one. The Holy Apostle is being publicly shamed for his infidelities, and Malcolm wants to defend him. He already concluded that this is a work by the White Devils to castigate his leadership. Bumpy had that meeting with Jean Jahan when brought him Monsieur 98 with a cut on his face. That was how he got him to corporate. Bumpy wants to cut out the Italians, move Jean Jahan's products directly to the buyers. Doing business with a desperate man is uncertain. Jean Jahan refused his offer. He already knows the families are after Bumpy. Even without an acceptance, Bumpy confidently told Jean he would be his supplier, whether he accepts or not. Since Teddy's death in the finale of Godfather of Harlem, Stella has been a danger to herself. She wouldn't eat or interact with her family, knowing her father's men killed Teddy before her eyes. She threw her breakfast at Olympia while she was trying to get her to eat, and also say she should put Teddy behind him. How do you bring up the same reason that got her in this spot in the first place to get her to eat and expect Stella to not get violent? Chin, don't make promises you can't keep. At the handoff for the drugs by the families, Jean Jahan told them of Bumpy's meeting in his offer. The families are disappointed that Chin hasn't been able to kill Bumpy. Joe had an argument with Chin concerning his incompetence. Ernie came by to inform Chin they found the Muslim girl delivering food to Bumpy. This was their ticket to killing Bumpy. Chin promised the families that Bumpy will be dead by the end of the day. Method Man made an appearance on The Godfather of Harlem this season in tonight's episode. He and his crew were the guys Bumpy contracted to hijack Jean Jahan's shipment. Quoting Malcolm X on his black economics theory, Bumpy was able to convince him why they need to do this for the black men. The white men keep running what they should be in control of. Coupled with killing Bumpy, Chin has to make sure his daughter Stella doesn't kill herself. Louis Gigante made an appearance in tonight's Godfather of Harlem. The priest and Chin's brother advised him to let Stella go out. She wouldn't kill herself. Louis might have spoken too soon, but he wasn't wrong. Chin got Ernie to do the job, take his daughter out for a drink or a walk in the park. Chin has been trying to hook up Ernie and Stella since the premiere of Godfather of Harlem. Olympia had given the heads up to Ernie before he went to see Stella in her room, but the hitman thought it wise to sit on her bed with her having his gun poke out of his back. Stella took the gun while telling him she died when Teddy died. Ernie knew he was dead if Stella pulled the trigger, but confidently told her they're going to eat, she can kill herself after if she doesn't like the food. That speech, or the fact that Stella wasn't going to kill herself but just scare Ernie, got her to put the gun down. They can go eat now. Just like Ernie said, Chin's men followed Ellis when she took Bumpy's food to the hideout. While talking to Margaret on the phone, Chin's men took out the 2 men on watchguard except Chance. He was with Bumpy and Ellis in the room. Ellis put the receiver on the table when she heard the shots. This would have been Bumpy finding his dead child in the bathroom, but the bullets did not get to Ellis. Bumpy took out the men after they opened fire in the bathroom. This was Chin's final attempt to Bumpy's life before the families agreed not to kill him. Taking John Jahan's shipment was his ace, and Bumpy used it to get the families to leave him alone. Bumpy needed John Jahan's support, and he got it. They both walked into the restaurants where the Italian families were to discuss. Vincent would rather put a bullet in Bumpy's head, but the products isn't worth keeping Bumpy alive. But Joe and the rest of the families voted to keep Bumpy. He is indeed the Godfather of Harlem. All 10 of his Harlem runners will make sure Jahan gets his money, while the families come to Bumpy for the products he conveniently alone knows where it is. Just like Malcolm X, Rev. Adam Powell has his own troubles. Thanks to Miss James, he cannot return to Harlem. Powell would rather stay in Harlem than in Washington, so he had to play the piper. Settle with Miss James to get his pulpit back. Unlike Malcolm X, Powell got what he wanted, to preach to his church after settling with Miss James. She took $40,000 as settlement. Malcolm, on the other hand, finally got the passages of the Quran that would help the Holy Apostle stand up against the rumors. He handed the documents to Henry, his so-called friend. Henry apologized to Malcolm based on their friendship. He would get his message to the Holy Apostle. Henry wasn't that friend after all. He told the Holy Apostle Malcolm was against him. He has taken it upon himself to convince everyone the rumors of his infidelities are true.